Now Wednesday. I'm back. Hi, guys.
Wind down Wednesday, it's 5 o'clock. A nice Chardonnay, a little song and small talk. And some of my friends may drop by from just down the block. So it's wind down Wednesday, it's 5 o'clock.
Yes, it is. Here we go. For what?
Well, I was actually just kind of checking my mic.
Oh, so you. Oh, I was like, where are we going? What's going on? Hi, everybody. We're back from our amazing trip. It was fantastical. That's not a French word. You would think that I'd be using a French word.
Très bon.
Très bon, that's right. I was thinking that it might be apropos, which also is probably a French word. To just like start out with a little song that I heard a lot, especially from the street musicians over there. So. Hold me close and hold me fast, the magic spell you cast. This is La Vie en Rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, this is La Vie en Rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be La Vie en Rose. So yeah, I can't do the still. I tried a lot. I tried over there. I felt like I was getting it for a little while. A little going on, but I still have a long way to go. But anyway, we had a really good time. I don't even know where to start. Probably with the food. Oh my God. So we went with our friends Julie and Bob Gordon and our lovely friends Matresa and Jeff Berg, Hannah Berg. I don't know how they do it. And we had done a lot of reserving of reservations in different places that Julie and Bob had been before, or that we had heard from friends. So the first couple of nights, it was just like magnifique. It really was. The very first night we got there, of course, we had been traveling for 20 hours or whatever, and so we were kind of wiped, but still kind of excited. So we walked, Doug and Bob walked, and the rest of us copped out and got a taxi and went to this kind of more like a bistro, home cooking kind of place that was not too far from our hotel, but far enough that it was too cold to walk. And that was just unbelievable. And, they sort of had specials that night, and I just got your basic chicken with vegetables, and I just didn't even know what to say. It was so outrageous. And of course, the wine is out of this world. It was funny because because we were in Paris, we were not sure what kind of wine they would serve us, and we kind of let them choose at that particular place, and they ended up choosing a wine from Bordeaux, which we were going to. So, but it was delicious and wonderful, and then we had next night we had a lovely meal as well, but then we had a really special meal, and can you remember the name of it, Doug? Versu? Verjus. And these two young gals sort of helped with the whole menu, and it was one of those where we had like, I don't know, 5 or 6 courses, and they were all like little tiny tasty, like amazing things. I don't even know how to describe, but they were just so beautiful to look at. There was one of the dishes was a ricotta cheese with these baby radishes, and you just they were like stuck to the side of the bowl with this ricotta cheese, and you just pulled them off and ate the radish. And I mean, it was just a radish with ricotta cheese on it, but of course they had herbs and stuff in there. Everything was crazy good. And that was super fun. And of course, that was one of those dinners that goes on for like 3.5 hours or whatever. And a real small little place. Both of them, the first few nights, we had really tiny little places that we ate in. And I know a lot of you folks have been there before, but it's just so quaint. And we just could not have been treated more friendly. I mean, people were so nice. We were surprised, and that's kind of nasty. But we just thought that since, Julie speaks French pretty well, but the rest of us are kind of like, really hacks and just trying to say a few words here and there. And I don't know, they were just really warm and friendly, and they didn't turn up their noses at us Americans at all. So I'd love to hear some other people's experiences and what you guys think. But
there's a bunch of people weighing in here. Elaine wants to know what arrondissement. I cannot say that word. Our hotel was in arrondissement. Anyway, 6.
oh yeah. So they have these segments of the town. Like here we normally have sort of the sections of town are called something, this Rodeo Drive or whatever. And, here in Nashville, we have tons of them. And we have Forest Hills, and we have Green Hills, and we have Bellevue, and, just lots and lots of different areas. But they sort of do theirs by, it's kind of like circular, sort of, like almost like, Julie was saying that if you go up to the, what was that place called, honey, that we didn't get to, the big basilica?
Montmartre, the Sacré-Cœur.
Sacré-Cœur. That if you go up there, you can kind of see the spokes of how it all goes out from the middle of the city. We did get to see some astounding views because Jeff and Matresa and I and Doug went up to the Eiffel Tower, and of course we didn't get to the very top because that was closed right now. But we went up, to where it starts getting real skinny, and it was breathtaking. It was just amazing, and we had just a great day that day. A lot of what we did an awful lot of museums. I was an art major, so a lot of the stuff that I was seeing was just blowing my mind, that these are the pictures and the slides that I looked at when I was in school, and seeing the actual proportions of some of these pieces, some of them small and some of them much bigger than I could have imagined. And just, seeing Venus de Milo and just like the Arc de Triomphe was fabulous and huge. I in my mind, I just thought it was someplace that you just kind of drove through it. It wasn't a big deal. It was just part of the city. But it's a big monument, and it's very impressive. What else can you think of, Doug, that as far as Paris goes?
We loved the Museum d'Orsay.
Yeah, the d'Orsay was our very favorite. Of course, there's most of the Impressionists are in there, and a lot of the Cubists and people that I studied when I was in school. So that was just amazing to see, to be able to stand this far from, you know, Starry Night or, you know, just I can't even think. There was so many of my favorites there. The Renoirs were just unbelievable, and the Monets and the Kandinsky and everybody. I mean, it was just like, it was mind blowing for an art major. it was freaking me out, and we did a fair amount of walking. We ended up like making this big competition out of steps and keeping track of who had the most steps, and that was actually pretty fun. The guys got carried away with it. At a certain point, there was a restaurant we were sitting in, and I think Jeff was like 10 steps behind Doug or something like that, and he had to get up and like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom, and then it's like, oh, I need to go look at this, and so it just became ridiculous, let me just say. But it was fun, and we did. I mean, we ate and ate and ate, and we didn't gain weight, and I think everybody always tells you that when you go to other countries like that, because you can walk so much, and it just, you kind of have to get to places, and it just, it all kind of evened out. But I'm drinking something other than wine tonight because I'm wined out, if you can imagine. Me being wined out. So yeah.
We went to Bordeaux too, so it's
Oh, that's
beautiful
right.
wine there.
Yes, and we took the train, the fast train down to Bordeaux, and it's a 6-hour drive, and it took 2 hours. I mean, like that. And man, they are on time. They do not mess around over there. It's just like they on the dot they take off, and so it's not like you can say hold the door. They're not going to do it. So what else? There were just so many. I mean, just so many wonderful things. We're still kind of digesting the whole thing, literally. But and still kind of getting our, getting a little bit over our jet lag, because it's like Matresa and I were talking today. It was like, at lunchtime, I'm just like, I want a really amazing lunch and wine. It's just not sustainable.
And dessert.
And dessert every
With
meal.
every meal.
Yeah, but anyway, it was a real vacation. I mean, I almost today when I got to my guitar, I was like, I don't even know how to play this thing anymore. This is weird. So anyway, we had a lovely time. Thank you for allowing me to just sort of buzz off and come back a couple of weeks later. So glad to be here. Anything that you guys want to tell me about? Anything that happened while I was gone that I missed out on?
Well, everybody's happy that you're back. They
Yeah.
appreciate it, and everybody liked seeing the stuff that you posted from
Yeah.
France.
Right. I did say something today in the forum in the Inner Circle, guys, is that we're putting together a video of some of the stuff that we did, and I'll still probably be posting things the next week, even on Facebook and Instagram, about our trip, because we were just so in the moment that it was hard for me to take the time and get the right service and all that stuff to post stuff when we were there. So it just there was a lot of stuff I really wanted to share with you, though, and so we're putting a video together, and I might even, if the weekend goes just right, I might even call an instant Zoom with you guys in the Inner Circle. So just wanted you to know. So one of the things, there's not a ton of street performers, at least that we saw, but I did see a few, and it's just there's something about the style of music over there and everything that's kind of folk, and it's kind of minory a lot of times, and we saw accordion players and violinists and people like that were doing their thing out there. But I just kind of got the wild hair that I wanted to sing this old folk song off of my American folk song book, and it's a pretty, pretty song that's, I don't know, the Amazon people listen to it a lot, evidently, when we get a little memo that tells you how many listens you have on a particular song, and this one in Red River Valley by far get the most listens, I guess. I need my thumb pick. I'm sorry, but I don't have it. So I don't need my thumb pick. I'm fine. Hush-a-bye, don't you cry. Go to sleepy little baby. When you wake, you shall have all the pretty little horse. Rest your head, Mama said. Go to sleepy little baby. When you wake, you'll have cake, a coach and 6 little horses, blacks and bays, dapples and grays, all the pretty little horses. Way down yonder in the meadow lies a poor little lammy. Bees and butterflies flutter around his eyes. Poor little things, a crying mammy. Blacks and bays, dapples and grays, all the pretty little horses. Hush-a-bye, don't you cry. Go to sleepy little baby. When you wake, you shall have all the pretty little horses. It's a lullaby, but it's not really. It's kind of spooky. I don't know if you guys know the story of that, but in the American Folk Songbook, I talked about how a lot of times, the slave women would have to take care of their master's children, and as they were babysitting the master's children and trying to get them to sleep and treating them really sweet and stuff, their own child was like, in a basket down in the field someplace, and that's where some of those kind of creepy lyrics come from. And there's some that are like, they were making them up as they went along. So sometimes they would make up some really scary stories that kind of didn't maybe, I don't know if they made the little babies that they were rocking feel great or not. I don't know about that. Anyway, what else is going on out there?
Well, let's see. I mean, everybody thought that was really pretty, and let's see. You know, still lots of people. You know, glad that you're back, and glad you had a good time.
Yeah.
Somebody was asking about the show coming up in Nashville.
Yeah, you know, it's at Eric Church's new place. It's been open for about a month now. It's called Chiefs, and it goes in the news recently. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I like the premise that he's got going there, where he's trying to like showcase a lot of the songwriters in Nashville. And well, I think we're, you know, one of the, you know, the first acts playing there, because I know it's been open for like a month, but I don't know how often they've been doing shows. But we play the 4th of May, and so if there's anybody in Nashville that could come, we would love to have you. We got a nice busy May, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a really good May. I kind of have to get back into gear. We're going up to Renfro Valley in Kentucky, and I think that's the 11th of May. And the next day I drive over to Charleston, West Virginia, and I get to do Mountain Stage. And of course, Kathy Mattea is the host there, so I'll get to sing with Kath and hang out with her. That's going to be a lot of fun. Then we have some shows down in Texas. We're going to play in Austin at a new venue down there called something 4. What is it?
The 04 Center.
The 04 Center. And very excited about that because it's a brand new place, and everybody who's played there so far says it's awesome. And the next night we're in Kenny, Texas, and that's not too far from Houston area, I guess. And then we're playing across the state over in Fort Worth at the McDavid Studio, which we love. It's part of Bass Hall, and it's kind of the more, I don't know. It's kind of like the performing arts room or something like that. It's very intimate, and it's a really fun little place to play because I usually can end up getting a pretty good hootenanny going on in there. And then we go back across down to the Houston area again and play in Tomball at, you know, our place that we talk about all the time, Main Street Crossing. We play there a couple of times a year. Just a hoot. It's a really, really small place, and people are just lively. It's just, we always know we're going to have just a really big, fun time there. Later, let's see, after that, we come back and then we go up to Virginia to Big Stone Gap to do a festival with some really wonderful bluegrass artists and some other folk artists. And then, in June, we go out to Colorado and then back to Texas to play in Lubbock and, is it Amarillo? No, we're playing Lubbock and
Well, the name of the town is Panhandle.
Panhandle, but that's close to Lubbock, or Amarillo, right?
It's close to Lubbock.
It's close, okay, so Panhandle's close to Lubbock, then we're playing somewhere else, I can't remember.
I can't remember either off the top right
Wow,
now.
it just went away.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, okay, anyway, we're excited about it. Oh, yeah, okay.
No, it's,
Panhandle's closer to Amarillo, right?
yes, and we're playing 2 nights in Panhandle and then 1 night in Lubbock.
You're right, okay, that's what I was thinking.
Sorry, you were right, I was wrong.
That's
It's the first time that's ever
Oh
happened.
my God, I have never heard those words. So yeah, there's that. There's all that information, and then what else is going on?
Well, you're playing the Opry tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, tomorrow night is the 30th anniversary of Bill Cody being at WSM, and of course, Coffee Country and Cody's been there for a long time, or Cody Country and Coffee, or Coffee, Cody and Country. What, I can't remember the order now.
I thought you said it right the first time, but now I'm not sure.
What's in
Coffee
that?
Country and Cody?
I think that's it. anyway, we're excited about it. It's going to be a really great show, and you should tune in because it's Marty Stewart and Ricky Skaggs and T. Graham Brown. And, oh gosh, who else?
Well, the Gatlin brothers. 'cause
Gatlins.
yeah,
It's country classics night, so, and I got a little surprise song, which I've sung for you before, but I haven't ever sung it for Bill, so, looking forward to performing that tomorrow night. And, yeah, so there's that, and then there's also the discussion about how far behind I got on my yard while I was gone, and how I'm now, like dashing around trying to get things done that I didn't get done, and I should, I have my new greenhouse and everything, and I should have gone ahead and put some seeds in before I left, but I was afraid because I thought they would dry up, but turns out I should have done it because now I'm behind, and I'll be buying plants this year, but getting seeds from them for next year. How's that? But anyway, it's really fun playing out there. I do feel like I have like my own little, it's like I'm going to put like girls only on the door. It's like, keep out. Not really.
Easy enough.
Anyway, so that, that's kind of everything that's going on here. And I hope you guys are all doing good. It's that time of year when allergies are around and stuff. Hopefully you've got all the right preventative things happening for yourself. And I don't know. Oh, tomorrow morning, you got to listen. You got to tune in to Coffee, Country, and Cody, or whatever it's called, Cody, Coffee, and Country. Tomorrow morning on WSM at 9:15, Kathy Mattea and I are going to be on together. So I hope that you guys will tune in, and would you please just bombard Charlie Matos with questions and stuff for us. That would just make me laugh so hard if he just was like, why are we having so many people texting us questions today? And so if you would do that, I really appreciate it. I think it would be kind of funny. And I hope he's not watching now because he'll be all ready then.
Yes, 9:15 Central, somebody asked.
Yeah, 9:15 Central. Kath and I'll be on. And there will be laughs. You can bet on it. So that's kind of all I can think of right now as far as upcoming stuff. And I will be doing another wind down next month at the end of the month. So what is that, the 29th? Is that right, Doug?
Let me look.
I think maybe the 29th.
Well, it looks like the last Wednesday of May is the 29th.
Okay, great. So I will see you on May 29th, and we will see what's up. I don't know what's going to be up in between there, but we might have all sorts of crazy things happen. Who knows? So I was just trying to think of something I hadn't sung in a while, and I think I haven't sung this in a while, but since I've been on the road with Matresa, and I was remembering the other day about I'd been a big fan of the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band when I was first starting out, and I was playing in all the ski resorts and that sort of thing. I had a cassette tape. Ooh, that's probably like bad because back in the day we weren't supposed to make cassette tapes of our albums, but I had a cassette tape of the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band that I played in between my sets, when I took my breaks. So, big fan, like kind of a kooky fan. And then, later on I got to work with them and be friends with them and everything else. But one of the first times I was writing with Matresa, I remember that Jeff just stuck his head in her writing room just to say hi. I just looked at her and went, that was Jeff Hanna. And it was like, she was like, duh, he's my husband. But we had actually we were at the wedding. So, I mean, it was just that it still like kind of freaked me out. Sometimes it still does. Sometimes when he's telling stories when we're having dinner, And I just think about the fact that, you know, he and Jackson Brown were like 16 and 15 when they started their first band. It was like, that's just mind-blowing to me. Anyway, I'm going to do a little Cinderella for you here. We believed in fairy tales that day. I watched your father give you away. Your ring was true and the pink bouquet fell right into my hands. We danced for hours, we drank champagne. You screamed and laughed when I got up and sang. And then you rode away in a white Mustang to your castle in the sand. But through the years and the kids and the jobs and the dreams that lost their way, do you ever stop and wonder? Do you ever just want to say, hey, Cinderella, what's the story all about? I got a funny feeling we missed a page or two somehow. Oh, Cinderella, maybe you could help us out. Does the shoe fit you now? Does it fit you now? We're older, but the more the wise. We've learned the art of compromise. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, and sometimes we just break down. We're good now 'cause we have to be. Come to terms with our vanity. Sometimes we still curse of gravity when no one is around. Dolls gather dust in the corner of the attic. Bicycles rust in the rain. Still we walk in that fabled shadow. Sometimes we call her name. Hey, Cinderella, what's the story all about? Got a funny feeling we missed a page or two somehow. Oh, Cinderella, maybe you could help us out. Does the shoe fit you now? Cinderella, maybe you could help us out. Does the shoe fit you now? Does it fit you now? Cinderella. Hey, Cinderella. All right, I'll see you in a few weeks. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.